Now, once we have this, we can actually start playing with the vegetation points as well. And the way we're going to do that is, if you notice, there's a lot of low height vegetation. It almost seems that this set of points actually includes the ground, but we basically just want to grab these formations. So the trees, the tallest section of points. We could go into different layers. It seems that this is lower than this one, and then this is higher than that one. But we'll work with just the tallest ones for now. And the way we're going to do that is now that we have our height field, we can convert this to geometry. So let's use a convert height field. I'm also gonna lower this value, the grid spacing. I'm gonna make it not lower, actually lower the resolution. That's what I meant, but I'm gonna increase the grid spacing to 4 just so to make things a bit faster. And here on the convert height field, I'm gonna convert this to polygon. Now this is actual geometry. Let's see, we're 600,000 points, so it's not too much. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use array node, and we're gonna project these points onto that surface. Remember, these are quite a good amount of points. We have 9 million, over 9 million, almost 10 million, and we'll project them using the minimum distance. Or better yet, let's actually use the project rays and direction from vector, and let's just project them downwards. Okay, so let's -1 in the y-axis. Let's not show guide geometry. As you can see, everything's being projected down. There are a few that actually miss the target, that can't find a connection. That's fine. Let's not worry about that for now. And once that's done, we can actually establish, the way we're going to do this, we'll establish a limit of how far the points can be from the surface that the ray is going to hit to actually consider a distance. So a hit. So we're going to establish a maximum distance of, let's say, 5. And we can also create a group to the points, create point group, ray hit group. That's fine. And let's see if we blast, what happens if we blast those points. Create a blast. I'm typing something wrong. Blast. And let's blast the ray hit group. So this is what we had. And this is when we blast the points that are at a less than 5-meter distance from the surface. Now let's keep increasing this maximum distance value. Let's say 10. So what's happening here is that some of the points aren't actually finding anything. So let's try, instead of using project rays, let's try use minimum distance. Yeah, this gives us a better result. Minimum distance guarantees a hit, and I think this gives us a nicer result. So basically what we're doing is we're trying to make sure that all the vegetation points hit the ground surface, and with a limit distance, a maximum distance of 10. So every point that's beyond a distance of 10 meters to the surface is going to be kept, and everything that's below this distance is going to hit, and we're going to delete the hit group. And this gives us kind of a map of where the trees are actually being scattered. Of course, we can also play with this maximum distance value, let's say 6, and you can see we're going to get a bit more, but I think 10 is a good number. Gives us a natural scattering texture on the surface. So having done that, now what we can do is, yeah, these are the points that we really want to keep. Let's do another ray. Let's repeat the process. but now only with the remaining points. And we'll do the same thing. So minimum distance is good. This time we're not going to be establishing a maximum distance. We actually want all the points to lock on the surface. Yeah. And then we're just going to be converting these points into some type of geometry that we can use to create a mask on the actual terrain, on the actual height field. Okay. So the way we're going to do this is by converting these points into a VDB and from VDB to polygons. To convert this to a VDB, we'll use the VDB from particles. We don't want a voxel size of 0.1. Let's say voxel size of 4 is enough. And nothing happens because our points don't actually have a scale. And this takes into account the point radius scale. So we need to create a point wrangle. We need to create a p-scale attribute for this. So set p-scale. And let's say we'll create a float attribute called p-scale. And let's say it's equal to 5. Still nothing's happening. Maybe bigger. 6. Okay, so now we have something. And this is perfectly fine. Now, once we have something like this, we can just convert this, convert VDB. Let's convert to polygons. This isn't too high res, okay? We don't have too many points, so it should be pretty fast to process. And this is enough for us to create a mask on the actual height field. Let's see. So I'll create a mask from object, height field mask by object. This is the height field that we want. Remember, we already had the height field created. And we'll use this as an object to create a mask. And this gives us a really nice scattering texture for our vegetation. This is where we're going to be scattering the trees. Okay. Now, let's save out this information. Right now it's on the mask. Let's do a height field copy layer. And we'll copy the mask information to a layer called trees. That way it's safe. And then we can clear the mask and height field clear mask, layer clear or mask clear. Pretty much the same thing. And we cleared the mask and we're done. So this is the process for us to, let's arrange this a bit better. I'll just Alt A, click and drag to make sure not this, but all of these kind of better aligned. And let's pull all of this more towards this side. We don't need them to be so far apart. I think this is pretty clear this way. Yep. So yeah, this has a good readability. Let's align these with this one. Yeah, it's good. So at this point, we've converted the height field point, the lighter points, ground points into a height field, and we already have a layer with information of where to scatter the trees. If we think that we're getting too much of this, then the way we can control this is by limiting increasing the maximum distance. Okay, so say 20. We're only going to be getting the areas where we have tallest trees, big trees. So this will be this will be the mask for scattering the biggest trees. But I think 10 gives us a really nice texture. So I'll keep 10. And we copy this information to a new field called trees. And now we have that height field, mask, and trees. Okay. Let's keep going. See you on the next lesson.